We'll start a little bit early. Hello, everybody. Let me just double check everything is working okay. Yep, OBS is fine. Let me know if anything needs to be turned up or down. And yeah, welcome to... It's been a while since we've done a stream. I've been on vacation for the last couple of weeks, so yeah, it's nice to be back. How's everybody doing? Ah, Suko, that's what that was meant to represent. Suko Mimus. Let's get started with that straight away. And yes, hello Natalie, Jacob, Caleb. Do say hello if you're in chat. Natalie, what sort of environment biome did you want for the Suko Mimus? A swampy forest. Swampy forest, okay. And hello Fallout. Fallout is the individual that me and Dane were on vacation with. Fallout came over from America to spend some time here with us. So that's why we were away for a couple of days. Well, I say a couple of days, a couple of weeks. Just doing the double layer fencing because naturally Suko Mimus is a bit of a dangerous animal, so it makes sense to give him double layered fencing. Now, a swampy forest. And I also want to try and do some more interesting viewing areas. So, to be honest, Siat Mikorum for JW. Natalie, I have no idea what that is. Do Dinocurus' swamp as well? Well, let's not just have swamps. It would be nice to have a range of biomes. The point of this stream, if you weren't here the last time, was for us to sort of do different environments and to give yourself, to give you all some ideas about what you can do in your own parks. So, if you try to give me more than just swamps, forgot about that. It's a North American neo-venturid that may have averaged around 30-35 feet long. Ah, I've not heard of it. To be honest, I'm not sure that the game needs tons of new species. In fact, the next proper video I'm doing is looking at what I would do if I was in charge of Jurassic World Evolution 2's development. And I'll be honest, it's tricky to kind of come up with new species that the game needs, because I don't really think it needs that many. I think most of the problems with the game that currently exists now are things that are not going to be solved by adding loads of new animals. Although I know that to Frontier, adding lots of new animals is probably a really good way of earning money, so... And a business has got a business, hasn't it? So... Okay, we're going to leave this area where it is. So we have like a little raised section. And let's remove a bit of a clump here, a bit of a larger clump there, one there, maybe one in the middle there, and I want some raised terrain. Not much, but just a little bit of raised terrain. Just so we have a little bit of height going on here. And again, that's something I don't see enough people doing in their own parks, especially their enclosure designs. Too many people do completely flat enclosures. And while they're easy, they don't look natural. So you should always try and have some terrain height going on. Right. Hello, eCats, and hello, Dino Army. Do Velociraptor in an autumn biome. Autumn isn't really a biome, though, is it? It's a season, really. But we could do something with the Velociraptors and the autumn trees. Right. So, first step is to figure out what I want to do in terms of viewing. And I think for this, I might try and just go with a viewing dome. And I'm thinking maybe here. Yeah, and then we can do the landscaping around it. So, step one with any landscaping, obviously you start with the painting of the terrain. Since this is a swamp, we're going to go quite heavy on the dirt. Especially around the edge of any water, basically. Go. We'll do the same over here. Just to give us some depth to the water. And here. Like that. The rest of the water will colour in darker. Or actually, let's colour the rest of the water in lighter. Let's go for something more like a mangrove swamp. No, Dane, it's not the Monopoly Park, nor is it the Crater Park. This is just my, this is just, no, I'm just doing a non-specific park to do some environment work and biome stuff. Just taking what ideas you guys give me, really. Because as much as building full-on parks is, nice, I suppose, it can get somewhat boring after a while. Especially if your park kind of where my crater park is at the moment. It's kind of like at an awkward position where I'm not sure how to expand it. So I'm just giving it a break at the moment so I can have a think about what I want to do expansion-wise, and then I'll take it from there. The Monopoly Park is completely finished. There is a tour up on the channel if people haven't seen it. Right. Big trees for our swamp need to be quite big and bushy trees for the swamp, so we're going to want plenty of those. So tropical 1 and then Mediterranean 1 and 2, probably the best trees for this. And then we're also going to place down bushes. And then we'll put in some European trees as well. European trees work quite well, the temperate trees as well, for if you want to do swamps, because they're, you know, quite big and they cover a lot of ground. Don't forget to mix the sizes of trees up, and we're going to mix in a few other colours, just so we have some colour. Because the parks can look a bit too green at times, I think. There we go. And we'll switch now to the brushes. Plenty of fruit and nut. They're quite ferny. Leave a little bit of open ground around there. Going to switch to a different type of brush just for a little bit of different vegetation. Some just along the edges. Switch the brush again. You just have some scattered logs here and there. There we go. And maybe some ginkgo. Like maybe some ginkgo. Put a few ginkgos in there. You will. A couple in there. That was a bit much. There we go. Nice. I think that looks nice. Do a beach Carcharodontosaurus habitat. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Let me just write in. Yeah. So beach. Beach with a car. Car with a beach. Okay, we'll do that next. Who thinks Spino fanboys are really brain dead? I don't think they're brain dead. I think they're just mistaken. Are we getting a paid DLC in June? According to what Frontier have sent to Evo in an email, no, we're not. They were very specific in saying to her that there were no plans. Which, for me, is really quite baffling, because why would you not do any DLC for the anniversary of the film coming out? That just baffles me, frankly. Right, Suchomimus. And yes, Nerd Guy, you've definitely got to come and visit as well. Get out of Las Vegas for a while. Try and go with some that actually have some patterns to them. And that's the Edmontosaurus, right. And in they go. You're saying that people who think Spino can reach 18 meters are mistaken. Size estimates are always just estimates. It's alright, Dane. I'm sure I can navigate the London Underground. Right, while they're lifting the car cars, while they're lifting the Suchomimus, let's do the beach. I think this sort of enclosure works well with the beach. I'd always suggest if you're going to do like a coastal sort of enclosure, make it quite long but not very wide. Otherwise you're going to have way too much water in there. How are we going to do the viewing? Yeah, let's go with... Up one, cross one, cross two, down, 2, down. Gonna place one there and place one. I hate trying to line stuff up. It's so much easier with Kyodenics mod. Now, Carcharodontosaurus is quite a big boy, so we'll give him quite big boy fencing. One, two, and cross. Hey, that looks good. A big boy, yes. So that's the inner layer of fencing, and then naturally, because this is a carnivore, a dangerous carnivore, we'll give him some additional double layer fence. There we go. And there. Same. Yeah. I wish these would just snap. Okay. Snapped. You think your JWE2 disk is corrupted? You mean your disk, or do you mean your Steam download. There we go. So there's our double layer fencing. Now for a coast, we want to have an area of kind of quite low ground. Which is where we'll have the ocean, per se. And then we'll have the beach kind of rising up. So here is our ocean. We can push it a little bit closer to the fencing there. Oh, that's a bit too far. We can do a little bit more. And trying to remove some of that straightness to it. And then we want to make this into a beach as much as we can. Why is it just giving me an awkward ridge there? There we go. We should have a nice... We need to get rid of a little bit more. Should have a nice, smooth slope. A couple of awkward bits there. There, that'll do. Does the placeable water mod still work? It has been updated, yes. So it should still work. Although at the moment I'm still really cautious about using mods because I was just having so many difficulties with getting parks actually finished. So I am going to install Carcharodontosaurus' newest fence mod, or the new version of the fence mod. And maybe a few of the new species that I really want, but I'm certainly a little more cautious about installing so many mods again. Right, now I want to create some artificial depth to this water, so some darker coloration there. There we go. So, a Carcharodontosaurus beach. What can we do with that? Decoration-wise. Okay, first thing I like to do with beaches is to use these, the classic toilets. They can make some very effective, like, mock changing rooms. So let's place a few of those down. Let's add a few quite dark rocks. Then we can make it maybe be a bit volcanic. Okay. And then we'll use some of the tropical trees. them in. Some smaller plants. Need some bushes. Those will do. They have sort of like changing rooms here. And we'll go with a little bit of light grass. Not too much. Just enough. There we go. What else could we have on this beach? Any new species mods or remodel mods worth having? I haven't really looked, Dino Army. I know there are quite... a few of them. But I haven't really been keeping up to date, so I'll have to have a look and maybe do a mod spotlight video at some point. Let's have a bit of a fortification or something. We want to raise it up, a bit of flat top. It might be a little too much. That'll do. That'll do. It's just more of like a... small little castle like sort of thing. What else? I want some plants in here actually. Well, the Carcharo is going to drink some water. Well, though, I suppose I'll have to when they... bushes. Go, and maybe a yucca. Hey, no, that works actually. To give them a nice little castle. What else can we have on Carcharodontosaurus Beach? I think we need like an actual plant feature here. So let's make a heavily planted area. In some rocks. And let's go with plenty of palm trees. And bushes. Where's those Himalayan apples? I think these are supposed to be olive trees or Himalayan pine or something. They work quite well. Maybe some slightly different palms. Again, just for a bit of different colour. Just a couple of smaller trees. Got a bit of foliage, got a little castle for them. We obviously need to give them some meat feeders. Alpine Stee Moloch enclosure, specifically a cliff edge, because I view them as the new mountain goats of the Jurassic. Also add some grass because it's a beach, not a desert. I don't know which beaches you have seen, but not all beaches are completely full of grass. But we'll add a little bit. Not too much though. So I don't want this to be too grassy. Plus I would say that the types of foliage brush we have are not really suited to doing sort of desert grass. But that's probably as good as I think we could leave it. Put some down here just to bed in the plants. That'll about do, I think. And we'll just put in a few random rock formations here. Yeah, bit of a dinosaur footprint made out of rocks. Yeah, I think that's ready for Carcharodontosaurus. Let's put in feeders. Godzilla. maybe. Right, Carcharodontosaurus. Did I just go... Where is it? There it is. I have to say, I still don't really like the Carcharodontosaurus in this game. I just don't think it looks very cool. I think the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis version was so much better. How's our Suchomimus doing? Actually, we haven't had a look at those. Where are they? There's one. Well, that's a nice combination. Svalbard and Papyrana. Nice black and yellow. And then we have our Salar del Huasco and Lithobates, which is a brown and brown with red white spots. And then Chaplin Valley and Calcarana, which is sort of an olive green with green yellow patterns. All looking good. I think number one is definitely my favorite. Most Sucho skins are good, I will agree with you there. It's one of the few dinosaurs which pretty much every skin and every like skin color and every pattern color works pretty well. There are a few animals that just none of them work together. I have been creating a list of worst skins in game that I'm going to do a video of, and unfortunately quite a few good dinosaurs like Allosaurus are included in that worst skins in the game. I think Carcharodontosaurus has a worse skin in the game as well. But this one's quite nice. This one, oh, that one's also pretty good. I think we got some pretty good randomizations there for Carcharodontosaurus. So yeah, nice little simple beach enclosure, nice swampy enclosure. Let's do... Oh, the roar is a bit weird to me. That strange goat-like roar. Let's head over to here. So this bit I didn't get a chance to start with the stream the last time before me and Dane went on holiday. So what we've got here is a very simple park start. And it's the sort of thing you might do, you know, just at the very beginning of building a park. It has the JPOG roar. It's not the They say it's a JPOG roar, but it's not the JPOG roar I remember, that's for sure. But yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to just build a decent park entrance, something that you guys might be able to build off of with your own parks. So we've got two simple enclosures here and some area for guest amenities. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to create something down this center line. Now, I think I'm going to go with trees. We're going to use temperate trees. That's too tall. That's a little nicer. And then we're going to switch the type. Rotating as we go along. It's okay if we have a few gaps, because what we're going to do with those gaps is put in some different colours. So we're going to mix and match with some of the autumn trees in here. So we have a bit of difference. And a few bushes as well. There we go. So we have a nice row of trees. So we've separated the park into two halves. Hello, sarcastically. Will we add Yutyrannus? Well, let's say we'll have Yutyrannus as one of the species here. We'll have Yutyrannus in that side and something different in the other side. Right, guest amenities. For this sort of park entrance, probably want to stick with, I think probably smalls. We don't want them right up to the path. We're going to create a gap between where people are going to be and where the amenities are going to be. Because we want this to be the main thoroughfare, so people are going to walk along this path. And we want this to be sort of a gap between where people are going to be walking and then where you have your amenity. And then we're going to place in our first. And then the minute, so this is something that people always forget to do. Or at least it seems to be something that people often forget to do. The minute you place one amenity down, pick your colors straight away. So we're going to go... We're going to change this to Jurassic World panels because it's about the only version of this that I like. And we're going to go with black, black, green. The roof is going to be... I like that sort of pea green for the roof. Decoration lights we're going to keep as... no, decorations we'll keep as white, and then the lighting we're going to have as a UV blue. And then we're going to save these as default. And then that way, every amenity that you build from then on in will have that color scheme. So you don't have to keep messing around going back and doing the rest of them. Right, and let's do the outside. So let's go with concrete parapet. Since we've got an upstairs seating, we want one of the larger entrances, so we're going to have that over there. Because you see the larger entrances are the only ones which have the doors on the other side. So it makes sense that people are using this to get up here. If you use a small entrance, like there's no way of people getting up to the top floor, so it's something that if you're focused on making your parks look realistic, it's something that is noticeable. And let's make it vegan, and then over here I'm going to do something similar, so I quite like how that turns out actually. There we go. Make it a juice. Lovely. Do you guys think we need more carnivores, or is it just me? I don't think we need more carnivores. Or rather, I don't think we need... I think we need a few new... different carnivores. We have a lot of, like, raptor-like carnivores, and we have a lot of theropods. It would be nice to see something like Gorgonopsids, for example. Something different than the standard sort of raptor or the standard sort of theropod. We're going to use the Malta wall sections just to further denote edges here. Naturally, it's not going to be 100% even, but that'll do. Right, and then we're going to turn this into a seating area outdoors. So let's have flaming obelisks hiding those awkward little sections. Obviously, I have free build on, so it makes this so much easier. If you're playing on console or not using mods, you're probably going to find it a little harder. But that doesn't mean that it's not possible. You might just have to adjust what you're doing. We're gonna have... I think we need a fountain. We need a water feature. Every good area needs a water feature. We're gonna stick you there. Put a couple of Pteranodon statue in there, and then we're going to put in some seating. So 1, 2, 3, 5. We're going to put in a couple of the ones that don't have umbrellas up, just to make it a little more interesting. There you go. A simple little seating area. Outside to serve the amenities. Hello, Neron. Welcome to the stream. No, give them a seating area they can't escape from. You sound like Doctor Wu sarcastically. The traffic jams at those doors. Well, yeah, possibly. I mean, if I was really making this park, this would be a singular entrance and you'd have the food that way and the drinks that way. But, well, actually, no. If you were really making this park, your restaurants would always serve food and drink. You wouldn't have a separate building for either one. I would have blended those torches right into the concrete, literally bridging the gap. Yeah, true. I would have done the same, but I'm also trying to show off things that, for those that don't use mods. Thank you about the paths. Yes, Niran has spotted these are not the normal paths. These are my own. This is my my selection of paving. Out of all of the mods I've done, I prefer sort of this hexagonal tile grey, the dark wood, and the cheap path is this orange Jurassic Park Operation Genesis-esque paving. So you have a nice range of colour, and you have a nice range of like pattern on the paths. I should probably go back and look at those path mods and make sure no one is giving me any other suggestions that I've ignored on those mods. It is funny how difficult it is, even doing something as simple as like these bloody path retextures. Absolutely ridiculously harder than it should be. Right. This area, since we've already got food and drink on one side, we'll make this a shopping area. We'll also have the toilets over here too. Let's go with that pattern of toilet. And we're just going to move it slightly closer. That'll do. And we'll have a wooden path around it. There you go. Same back here, we'll have wooden path behind. Whoops. Why does it do that? And then for shopping, so let's go put the panels in. Let's have a standard concrete roof. Give it quite a nice entrance. I think that one. We'll put the entrance this side. Go with... I like the wood columns. And I want something with trees. And we'll go with archaeology. Because it has the nicest windows, I think. So there's our shop, there's our toilets. Same thing again with the decoration. We're going to use the mortar paths, mortar wall sections even. And the obelisks. Okay. We don't need as much seating on this side because obviously we're not expecting people to be sitting down. We'll put a couple of of chairs. Not too many. I kind of feel like we want some more trees around here, so I'm just going to grab plant pots, just put a few more in. Yep, that works for me. So we've got simple little amenity areas. Those people sitting on that bench have a lovely view of the back of the toilets. Very on brand for a modern zoo. There's no way of really... If I was going all out, obviously I would hide the back of the toilets by phasing the rest of the toilet building into the shop. But I'm trying to use mods as little as possible. Thank you sarcastically. See you later. I'm just going to quickly respond to someone. There we go. So, after here, we probably want to think about our dinosaurs. So, I think we need to adjust these fences slightly. Thinking about where we're going to put viewing enclosures. We're having a Yutyrannus. Let's have a standard viewing gallery. Now, something I always like to do is to have my viewing gallery sort of in the enclosure. So let's kind of have it coming up. There we go. I will be double fencing this particular one since we're going to have Yutyrannus in here. Just going to go around and redo this fence. I think stopping it there will be quite good because it gives us some space for trees. There you go. And then we're going to put the double layer fencing on the inside, so... that. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. Right, there's our Yutyrannus enclosure. What sort of environment shall we have for the Yutyrannus? What sort of biome or sort of theme shall we have for it? I'm gonna layer while people come up with ideas for me. Autumn forest. I like that. An autumn forest. I like that. Okay, so let's go with something temperate. Make it kind of like autumn in this country. Is this one of the nicer times of year, is autumn? It's giving them quite a lot of water. Smooth the terrain out. Seriously, I hate the way water and terrain works in this game. I actually thought that the water and terrain system in Jurassic World Evolution 1 was bad, and I thought, oh, when I heard about how they were going to do it in this game, I thought, oh, that's good. But actually, I think it's worse. Right. See you later, Rob. Rocks, we want to go with the sort of grey algae covered ones. Now, have to be careful with autumn. In this country, we do have a huge range of trees. So it's going to be about getting the right sorts, really. Try and use some of these, because these are very like the willows and stuff that we have around. Probably want to add ones of other colour as well. I want to put in some of these bare pines. Just because they work quite well. Over here we want to have I wish we had some like fallen logs or something like that as a decorative item. I think I'm gonna have to put that to include that in my script for my next video. We really do need some logs or something. Okay. Now we can add in some bushes. Plenty of flowers. Fibrous ground cover, they're basically water plants, so they work quite well if you put them in water. Then some more flowers. And I think we want to just have a dash, not too many. Put in a few ginkgos around. Otherwise it's not gonna look very alive. I think that's okay. I think we could even get away with having a few more autumn trees in here, to be honest. A few big boys in the back. I think that looks really good. Can the other enclosure be I cannot pronounce the name of this dinosaur. Wuhersaurus in North American environment. Well, what do you mean by North American environment? Because that could be anything. Northwest. Jacob, I live in Britain. I have no idea what that means. Alright, one thing we are going to do is we're going to use just some light mud. Just to sort of mark out a route around the enclosure. Make it look like the dinosaurs have been walking it. This is actually called pleasure pathing. That's the official term for it, pleasure paths. It's just to make the enclosure look like it's been here for a while. Food. I place it behind or in the shadows of things so it doesn't look too weird. Yeah, and there's our Yutyrannus. I don't think I've actually used Yutyrannus in any park yet, so this will be the first time I think it's being used. Me. I have 3. Northwest is just mostly forest. Oh, so it's mostly forest and redwoods. Could try and do something like that. Right, since this leads on to where we have that Yutyrannus, I want there to be some sort of display, just denoting that this is like where they are. So we're going to down fountain, and we're just going to place down a couple of flags. In a carnivore marker. I wish we had more of these, frankly, but we have to make do with what we have. So this one we're going to use for Wurhersaurus. Well, the first thing we need to do is give us space to put in the bushes on the sides. Decorations, bushes. As well, having the availability of all of these vegetation on every map is such a game changer. Like the best thing they've done since adding aquatic decorations, in my opinion. Yeah. Hey Turbo Soul. Personally, I say woo-hoo-hoo-saurus instead of pronouncing it correctly. Woo-hoo-hoo. I like that, I may have to steal it. So what should we do for this one? Let's give them a log in viewing. Let's have it. Figure out the entrances in a minute. Going to pop this down, but not too far. So I want to be able to have bushes here as well. We were going to go with redwoods, weren't we? So let's see. Kind of want to have a river then, I think. Oh. Right. There's our river. Shrink it size-wise a little bit. Out all the terrain. Good. Right, and we're going to place these back in. We're going to have that one there. Oops. There we are. Have this one. There. Now they won't be able to go underneath it, obviously, but that's not a problem. Now, a redwood environment. Redwoods, they don't have very much grass, from what I remember. They're pretty mulchy in terms of their terrains. All brown. Make some rocky areas at the ends of these rivers. Right, rocks. Let's see. Probably gonna go with the grey rocks again. They do have the odd fern and bushes around. True, so I need to make sure I include some of those. Mix in, add a few other types of rock here. There we go. Right. Redwoods. And other deciduous trees. First thing I want to do is hide these awkward edges of the viewing tree. Blend them into the environment a bit. I've only really got these ones and the Taiga ones. I need to... using a range. That's looking good. always start by doing the areas around the rocks. Just helps with planning out where you're putting vegetation. Around rocks are good places to start. Some smaller details in. Now, doing the rest of the enclosure is going to be difficult because we don't have a redwood brush, do we? So it'll take a long time to fill this area up with redwoods. Oh, we do have the Tempescula, actually. They're pretty close. Then naturally, it never puts enough in. It never ever puts enough in. There's always so many other plants that it shoves in as well. In that case, we are probably going to have to do this manually. Let's start over here. Basically just go through all of the plants that we have, really. Was a bit of a stutter. That's alright. Redwoods are cool, just a lot of bears in those forests. Speaking from experience, nerd guy? Oh, this sounds like a story. Regale us. Did you wander into the woods today and find a bear surprise? They didn't have any close encounters then. This area we're gonna give it a bit of a different feel. Maybe make it seem like this is an area of burned down forest. You know, regular forest fires do happen. So let's make it feel like this is like a patch of burnt down. Okay, what sort of vegetation? No, I think probably seed plants. I don't want to remove too much of the mulchy brown. Maybe seed plants were not the ones to go with. It's quite difficult to do redwoods, I have to say. With the limited tools we have available. I think that's not too bad. This burnt ground will make it look more burned with the addition of like rock. Because the rock brushes on this do kind of have quite an ashy sort of burnt texture. Oh, actually, I think I have a decoration that I can use. Yes. Oh, that's too big. That's way too big. That's huge. Oh, that's huge. Okay, we'll go with this one. The one there. So dinosaurs won't be able to roam in this. They can't move through these, but they'll be able to move around the rest. But this is only for looks, really. Right, Wurhosaurus. Wurhosaurus. Are we only missing? Oh, we're missing X and we're missing Z, I think. And then we could have an A to Z map or an A to Z park. Well, I think we are only missing X and Z. And I know the Zyphactinus is available as a mod, so we have an X. So the only one we're missing, I think, is Z. Pronunciation is Wurhosaurus. Hera? Hera? But it's ER. Isn't it Wurosaurus? I don't know. I'll have all 6. So 1, 2, 4, 5. I actually quite like how this has turned out. It's obviously a bit of a nightmare because if you don't have the taiga or alpine biome set, you're going to have to place all of the taiga and alpine trees yourself. But actually, I think this has come along really well. And we obviously need an area where we can have the entrances to the galleries. One going there. There. Do we have a dinosaur starting with an E? I don't think we do, actually, Neron. Have I forgotten that we needed an E? Oh no, we have Edmontosaurus and Euoplocephalus. There we go. Saved. How did we forget those two dinosaurs also? Awful. How did I forget them? I want this area to kind of match what we've done in the rest of the enclosure, so we're gonna grab those. You go down to the okay. Our sort of attraction area matches the enclosure. Oh, and they can actually roam. Oh, that's I think that's a picture opportunity there. Damn bush is in the way. Who put a bush there? Stupid place for a bush. Maybe have it starting out here. Sorry. Okay, maybe not. Walk a bit further on. Get in a better place. What about F? Sure, this. Oh, F, I don't think. I think you might be on to something with F there, Neron. We don't have an F. And I don't think we have any Fs in the lagoons either. No. Okay. we definitely need some Fs. I think that's all of our Woohoosaurus. Oh, okay, these ones they can actually walk through. That's interesting. I didn't think they could. Maybe the mod has been updated, I don't know. It's quite an interesting shot. There is the Fuki Raptor mod, yes, true. I mean, personally, I think we should have some Japanese dinosaurs in-game already. I think it's one of those sort of missing continents we don't have in the game yet. You know, have something from Japan. Oh, that's a nice. Yeah, I really like how this enclosure has turned out. You know, with the forest fire section and everything. What do they eat? Ground fiber and ground fruit. Yeah, I think this sort of enclosure works quite nicely. Country, not continent. Country. I mean country. What would we do over here? What do we put in here? Kind of a gap here. I guess a guest attraction would fit in there nicely. Probably have it. The entrance on that side. I have upstairs seating. Go with the tree so it matches the rest. And let's make it the fossil zone. Let's have path matching all the way around. Use some more of these mortar wall pieces to again just separate off where people are walking. Have the same down here. We'll cover up that hideous rear section. And what would we put in? I think trees. I think we need more trees. Trees in pots. Can never go wrong with trees in plant pots. There is a circular shape one as well for corners. And we could do with something. There's this kind of weird gap here between the toilets and the thing. So let's put. Calling out for a fountain, I think. Yeah, something like that there. One there too. Maybe just have a. Few seats around the edge of that fountain. I think we could probably have a few out here as well. And there is a space there that's just calling out for the Spinosaurus. Maybe you could have another one. Whoops. Maybe you could have another one in this fountain. And there you go. You've got the beginning of a park right there. Doesn't take very long. I mean, that's taken an hour. We've got 2 species, 2 good-sized enclosures. Good sort of guest plaza areas. Some nice decoration work. And then from here you could easily build the park out. But that's a really simple start, I think. I think I might do a competition or like a contest, taking this sort of start, like show people how to make it on a video, and then get people to send on the Triclaw Discord their versions of the same thing. There's our Yutyrannus. I haven't actually seen these guys. Beautiful though. Oh, I love the coloration. Sorry. I am still very much recovering from the bug I caught. I'm still very much a bit under the weather, so sorry about that. Our Wurhersaurus seem to be alright. Nice colorations here as well. Although they are all in one area. It's a bit annoying. But yeah, a very simple start to a park works really well. How is it like being a stream moderator? I'm assuming this is the conversation that Neron and Jacob are talking about. Being a stream moderator can be testing at times, especially when people don't listen to really simple rules. Or they argue with those rules. You ask them, don't use full caps because it's rude, and then they argue with you because they think, oh, it's just using full caps, it's not rude. But it is rude. People arguing with stream moderators, don't do it. It's just frustrating. Right, let's do, we've got 20 minutes. Let's see. Let's do one more enclosure. But this time, I want the enclosure to be Prehistoric Planet Season 2 themed. So give me an idea for a enclosure themed around Prehistoric Planet Season 2. If people have seen it. If not, I shall pick one myself. The Majungasaurus in Madagascar. Okay. Majungasaurus in Madagascar. I actually have an interesting idea for this. Right. There's our boundary. What we're going to do is we're going to then divide paddock roughly into two. And then this side, no, not that side. That side will leave as that. This side will make stronger. We're going to have some water that covers now the terrain was kind of like a savanna, wasn't it? Start with the brown. I think that's okay. Difficult to do savanna with the brushes we have available, but that'll work. We'll make the center lake very sandy. We're going to use a viewing dome. Want to move it. That's the repair tool. Why is it? No. Why is the repair tool on? Oh, I think I've got the wrong... I thought that was... I just want to move it. Why is that... think I've got the Carcharodontosaurus tool stuck. Yeah. It was strange. Wanted it to kind of look like it was floating. I might accidentally press something. G R. Why is it red? What are you doing? Why are they just not letting me move it? Move tool freeform. Yeah, you should be able to. You should just be allowing me to move it, to pick it up and move it. Ah, ba 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 ba. Or maybe I pressed the wrong button. It's not F. Oh, the troubles of you're using mods at times. F, switch this mode, default, switch previous settings. Control, switch with movement, paused, shift, switch with movement, unpaused. What? I am confused. No, it shouldn't matter. It should just allow me to move it wherever I like. I'm assuming it's... See, that's the repair tool. B is the repair tool. This should be the move it tool. Instead, it's not letting me move it. I think it's because I hit a button when I was... It's not... I'm just going to try all buttons here. That should just be allowing me to move it. Yeah, what's it done? This is very peculiar. I feel like I've accidentally hit something. It's not letting me move the object. Because this should be straight up a move tool, advanced move. But it's not letting me move anything. Why is it bringing up the repair tool? How very odd. Excuse me one moment. This is actually, I suppose it could be a glitch. Let's save. And let's try a good old save and reload. Actually, let's exit to main menu. Let's try loading back in. You've used the dirt texture a lot today. I suppose. I mean, for the environments that people have given me, it's kind of the one that works the best. Okay, loaded back in. Powerful connected. There we go. Well done, Neron. So we've got kind of like a floating platform in the water. I'm gonna go with quite a few rocks on the edges. Have quite a few rocks here as well. What I want to kind of do is have a split area. And use the Lystrosaurus as the Cynosuchus, since we don't have Cynosuchus, we'll use the Lystrosaurus instead. I'm going to use these trees. These are quite scenery as well as palm. Oh, I need the ones over here. Oops. Put in a couple of big trees, not too many. Still want to maintain the sort of feel. Put in a couple of bigger trees. But okay, Jacob, but the point is imagination. Yeah. We're doing something based on Prehistoric Planet directly. So I'm happy to use a Lystro as a Cynosuchus or something that's Prehistoric Planet 2 themed. But I would say Amoros intrepidus doesn't look even a thing like an Archaeopteryx. It doesn't even have the same size or body proportions or anything. Do we have anything to create burrow entrances? Not really. Yeah, we don't really have burrows. Unless... Unless I do something with these lagoon... Suppose maybe... They didn't have so many, like, corals on them. I could use them. But they've got so many, like, coral bits. Like, I suppose we could have a go trying to disguise a few. Let's see. How could we disguise them? Kind of works. You have to give them, you know, dark lights or whatever, like black lights or something. But that kind of works for burrow. We need some foliage. Just general foliage. Not too much, because this is supposed to be prehistoric Madagascar, which is apparently very dry. What could we give the Majungasaurus on this side to make it just a little bit more of an interesting enclosure for it? I like the idea of them having like a drinking fountain or something, actually. And obviously then we need flesh for the feeding of the Majungas. And then the Listros would be, I think they need fiber. So some fiber down there. Some fiber in there. Some around their burrows. Right. Let's randomize stuff again. Actually try and, with the Majungasaurus, actually get something close to its skin. It's kind of a tan, but it had red and orange bits too. Let's go with one of those. And we'll modify the colors slightly. Let a Rex kill a Majunga, move the Rex, and assuming that he has dinosaurs. I'm not using any mods made by that particular mod maker. I know the mod you're referring to, Neron. The one who's done like the nest and dinosaur skeleton in that mod. I refuse to use any of his mods. I don't agree with his I don't agree with his opinion on modding and what you should expect if you put a mod on the website. So I don't use his mods. Yeah, there's the simple story. Need these Lystrosaurus to hurry up. Actually, I think this enclosure's turned out quite nice. I have a feeling after how generally cute it was in Prehistoric Planet Season 2, I think Sinosuchus will be coming as a mod. Someone would mod it in, because it is that species that's kind of gained some fan following. I don't know why these guys are taking forever. So there's all our discount Sinosuchus. Okay, from a distance, they work. And And there's our Yutyrannus. Oh, actually, I don't think we got the colours. Oh, no fighting. I think out of the pair of them, colour-wise, I think this one matches it more closely. Although I do kind of prefer this one with the. But then, you know, she was supposed to be a female, wasn't she? So we could say that's the male and that's the female. Yeah, there's our Prehistoric Planet 2 inspired enclosure. I actually really quite like this. I need to do stuff like this more. Have like fountains in and floating platforms. I think that works quite well. Well, we got quite a few different exhibits done today, didn't we? Suchomomus Swamp, Madagascar Prehistoric Planet Season 2, Carcharodontosaurus Beach, and we showed how quickly you can make a nice little entrance to a new park. So yeah, we got quite a few different enclosures done. Next week, I'm going to be streaming Subnautica. I'm going to start a Subnautica story playthrough with quite high difficulty, so we can have a bit of fun with that. And I'm going to be asking you guys for that Subnautica playthrough for some special challenges to do. Don't worry, the Majungas have food. They have carnivore feeders. Don't worry. I'm going to keep. I shall save this particular mess of enclosures that we've designed, so we can come back to them at a later point. Yeah, so next stream next week, I'll probably do a stream, 2 streams next week to get like the Subnautica playthrough started. But yeah, I just want to give a break from dinosaurs for a little bit. There will also be a video next week, which will be my sort of overall review of Prehistoric Planet Season 2. That'll probably be done. It might get completely done tomorrow. We'll see. See how quick I can be. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun today. Thank you for joining in. And yeah, thank you. Neron Jacob's been here for the whole thing. Dino Army was here for a bit. Nerd Guy was here for a bit. As Dark Kid was here. Blobfish. Natalie, obviously, for her suggestions as well. Rob was here. Sarcastically, Daggeroth. Fallout was here as well. Josh was here. I think that's everyone. If I'm missing anyone, I'm just going to say a blanket thank you. Oh, well, I hope I've given you some ideas, Dino Army. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream and the next video. I'm sorry, Asdarkid, I've been going for 2 hours. So my streams are always 2 hours unless I say otherwise. But yes, you did, Jacob. Well done. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video and next stream. And until then, stay safe and good night, everybody.